Hello everybody, Mike here. We're going to show you how to make a business card today using this program called Inkscape. So by now you have the program downloaded, and what you're going to do is you're going to go to File, we're going to start a new template, and at the top you're going to pick a business card. Now we're going to use the larger business card just to have a little bit more room to work with, and then we can click here, Create from Template. So here's our outline of the business card, and we can then zoom in, zoom out as we need to. Let's take a closer look at our toolbox. Here's our select tool, so I'm going to select that first. If you hover over the tools, they'll actually give you a description as to what they do. So we're going to use the zoom in tool first, because this is the one you'll use most. So by using the left click, I can zoom in, and using the right click, I can zoom out on my objects. This is the square box drawing tool, so you can draw boxes like so. There's also a circular and stars and polygons. We have a freehand drawing, so you can do freehand drawing like this. And there's also brush drawings like so, so you get the effect of a paintbrush, which is quite neat. We also have a text editing box, so we can type like your name. We have the spray can. And we also have the erase tool and your fill tool. Okay, so now that we have our business card, we're going to drag over an image. So I'm going to go to a PDF file, because PDFs are also vector format. So if I were to copy and paste this, I'm going to hit Control C, and I'm then going to right click and use the paste option, and there's my image. So I'm going to make this image smaller, but I need to make sure that this lock is on. So for example, if I take this lock off, this dragging option may squish my image, or it may make my image too high or too tall. So I'm just going to hit undo on the two of that. Paste back in my picture, and I'm going to make sure this lock button is set. And now when I scroll my image down, I'm not going to distort the image. So I'm going to drag this in place, make it a little smaller to fit on the card. Use the select tool, and we'll put it right in the top corner. Make the logo nice and big so it pops off the page. And that's how you drag an image over. Now if I zoom in, since this is a vector file, you'll see that there's no distortion of the image as you get closer in. So it looks very crisp. Okay, so now that we got our image in place, I want to set up a little bit of a divider for my information that's going to go on the bottom. Typical business cards, you usually see email and phone number in the bottom. But I want to make a nice little divide. So I'm going to start with my rectangle and squares tool, and I'm going to draw a line right across, just like so. I can adjust it. You can make it a little wider if you would like. You can also adjust it this way to make it curved. Okay, just like that. So if you hit the circle, that's going to handle the corner. Like so. Like that, sorry. And if you take it from this side, you can adjust the height and the length. So I'm going to leave it just like this. Now I want to make sure that it snaps to my borders correctly. So I'm going to go over here and select Enable Snapping. So when it's selected, you'll see that all the other items become highlighted. And I'm going to go down here, and it says Snap to the page border. So I'm going to click this here. And I want to make sure that when I drag this over, that it should come up like there. And it will say Handle to page border. When I let go, it will snap into place for me. So if I were to zoom in now and look at that, it's right to the edge, but it's not taking away the edge of my business card itself. So my next step is going to be to insert my name on the business card. So I'm going to show you how to insert a text box. So if we come down here to the Create and Edit Text Objects, we can click this tool. And when selected, a little A will show up on your cursor like so. And the font is up here. We can type in like that. Alright, Now, if I click the select tool, I can then drag this image, make sure that it's locked as it is there now, scale it down. And a neat feature of this program is if you go down here, up here to the view, you can also see the page grid. So when I have this background on my image, it's easy to line up where I want it to be. So I want to have it a little bit in from the side there. We'll go 1 block in, we'll go 2 blocks down, and then I can adjust how big I want the text itself. Once that's in place, I can then start to include some more text, and we can go on. Okay, so I magically got all my text in there to save some time. And now I'm going to show you how to go through your color options. So if you have your select tool, I'm going to double click here. There we go. And the cursor will show up inside the text. If you go down to the bottom, you'll see that if you just want to use basic colors, you can select them down here. So I'm going to change the text color to red right here, and then I'm going to take this one here and I'm going to change that text color to blue. Actually, I'm not too fond of the blue. Let's go back to black. Now, down here, I want to put a bullet point in, but I want it to look nice. So I'm going to use the spiral tool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I click snap to grid lines, so that when I draw, this will show up, handle to grid line intersection. So I'm going to expand this to make it the size of those boxes there. And I'll do the same right here, lined up. And as you can see, they just sit inside the grid line, so they match. Everything's in line, you can tell. Same with the text here, as well as on this side. I want to make sure that all this lines up nicely, like so. And we'll turn off the grid line view. And there you have it. You have yourself a business card. Now you can use your own image of your choice, plug in the necessary information you need, and that's it.